So the NBA draft has concluded, and we got our guy. We got Thon Maker, who seems like he could be the real center for us. And I wasted no time seeing what he could do in scrimmage, and the rebounding and the defense was as good as I thought it would be. I mean, you see here, he's able to kind of keep Moutier in his tracks, but then also get back to Nurkic under the basket. Here, he's able to stop Moutier on the pick and roll, and then once again be able to still move around the floor. And then Moutier tried to get cute on him, and you're not trying that against Thon, okay? You gotta come correct when he's in the area. Now, I did try his luck in the post a little bit. Wasn't very successful there. I don't know if he'll ever be a real post presence for us, but that's okay because the pick and roll game for him is actually pretty damn decent. He's a solid finisher around the rim, and after doing some research, he's actually a pretty decent mid-range shooter in real life, so I bumped his shot up a little bit, nothing too crazy, to like a 72. So Thon's great, but now we got to discuss free agency once again, and I was looking at Shabazz Muhammad because I feel like he can be the natural scorer that we need starting on the wing for us, because while I do like Justin Anderson and I do like Gary Harris, they're not really guys who can do much more than just catch and shoot, whereas Shabazz can force the issue a little bit more on offense. However, after thinking about it a bit more, we'd have to give him about $12 million a season because he's restricted. Moutier's contract's coming up soon. We may have to re-sign Nurkic, Harris, Justin Anderson. We're going to have to pay guys pretty soon, and Shabazz Muhammad is not a lock at $12 million a year. And not only that, but when I look at our offense against Golden State, I finally realized how effective Thad Young can be for us, specifically when it comes to his jumpers, and I also discovered the magic of the Thad Young, Emmanuel Moutier pick and roll, which was so effective against Golden State, and one of the key reasons as to why we were able to push that to a Game 6. We weren't doing this much in the regular season, which is when our offensive struggles were really there. So I feel like we may not need Shabazz Muhammad, because just being more aware of the fact of how good Thad Young could be with Moutier, that might be all we need. Plus, I don't think Gary Harris or Justin Anderson or Brandon Ingram have really hit their ceilings offensively. So you know what? I think we're going to relax on Shabazz Muhammad for now, okay? But of course, we have to see what these guys can do. So with Gary Harris, I tried to get him in the pick and roll more often, and he's not Moutier, okay? And he's just not able to turn the corner and get by guys as quickly to the rim. So it was a lot of pull-up jumpers, and they weren't dropping. And I don't know if this is just bad luck, but he was getting some passes stolen, and also I tried to finally get and drive into the rim with him, and KJ just stuffed him. So I hope Gary Harris can be effective in the pick and roll. I don't know. Speaking of KJ, don't forget about him for that starting two-guard spot. He's coming. And as far as Justin Anderson's concerned, I tried him in the pick and roll some because he's actually pretty decent finishing around the rim, and that didn't go very well either. So as of right now, the try to get Gary Harris and Justin Anderson scoring more often project, it hasn't worked too well. Now, of course, they're both still going to be fine when it comes to three-pointers, but I mean, I need one of them to be a bit more of a scorer. Now, don't forget about Brandon Ingram. He didn't have a good first season, but I'm definitely going to keep trying with him, and I got to assume among these three guys, one of them has to become a scorer for us, right? But not only that, with Thon Maker here now, that gives us two other centers with Yusuf Nurkic and Joffrey Laverne. There's a chance that we could package one of these guys along with some picks, and maybe that'll be the option if we can't find a real scoring wing, besides Gallinari, of course. So the idea of Shabazz Muhammad was cool, but I don't think we're going to go with him in free agency, and we're not really going to sign anybody in free agency, to be honest. So those are my plans for the guys on this team, but let's remember how good Moutier was against Golden State, and that's going to be the emphasis for this. I mean, he was averaging, 20-something points and over 10 assists per game against the Warriors. I don't know if he's going to be that good for us, because that'll make him like one of the 5 best players in the league, but I think we can expect a real big jump from Moutier this year. And I think our expectations, look, we barely got into the 8th seed last season. I think this year we should be a comfortable playoff team in the Western Conference, okay? And I mean, you see here Moutier posting up on Curry. I definitely want more of that, okay? Him running around screens, getting open jumpers, things like that. Now the rotation is going to be pretty similar. It's going to be at the start Moutier, Gary Harris, Justin Anderson, Thad Young, and Nurkic will still be starting because, I don't know, you don't want to mess with the feng shui too much off the jump, but I mean, I won't be surprised if it doesn't take that long for me to realize, yeah, Thon Maker should be starting. But that's going to be it. The regular season's going to begin the next episode. Didn't see Summer League because I didn't think it was necessary.